What's up guys, Groovy Guitar Dude here with a beginner guitar tutorial for Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift. If this video helps you out, hit that like and subscribe button and let me know down in the comments below what are the songs from Taylor Swift's new album Lover that you want to learn on guitar. Guys, the first thing that you want to know to play Cruel Summer on guitar is that in order to get some bar chords and keep this as beginner friendly as possible, we're going to capo up to 2nd fret. And if you don't have a capo, I'll have a link to get this capo for free right up here. The next thing you want to know for Cruel Summer is the structure of this song. We're going to start it with an intro, then go to verse, then chorus, then verse and chorus again, then we're going to have a bridge, then we're going to have one last chorus, and then we're going to have an outro to take us out of the song. And the last thing you want to know before we dive into Cruel Summer is the 6 chords that we need to play this song. The first one is G, the next one is C add 9, the next one is D, the next one is G over B, the next one is E minor 7, and the last one is B minor. And I'll have a beginner way to play that B minor, as well as chord charts for all the other chords in the pinned comment below for those of you who need them. And with all that in mind, guys, let's dive into Cruel Summer. Man, I totally dig this song. It's one of my favorites on the album. I'm gonna be doing a ton of songs from this album, so be sure to hit that subscribe button if you wanna learn more songs from Lover. So the very first thing that we hear in Cruel Summer is the intro. For the intro, we're actually just gonna have one chord and one strum pattern to go along with it. And we're gonna play the same exact thing that we're playing for the intro, for the outro as well. So this song is gonna start the same exact way that it's gonna finish. So the chord we're going to use for our intro and outro is going to be a G chord. And we're just going to have a strum pattern to go along with that. Now, our strum pattern for this is going to use a technique called palm muting. If you don't know what palm muting is, all it is you're going to take the soft part of your strumming hand right here, and while you're strumming, you're going to rest that on your strings. And all it's going to do is kind of mute and muffle the strings just a little bit. So with that in mind, we're going to use that technique, and we're going to play 16 palm muted up and down strums for each chord. So down, up, palm muted 16 times whenever we go through that intro and outro G chord. So kind of what that looks like is about like this. We're gonna go down, up, 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 down, up. About like that each time for our intro and for our outro. And that's pretty much all the way through our intro. And then, like I said, outro is the same exact thing. So 16 is a little bit tricky. It sounds like an intimidating number to kind of count to while you're trying to keep a rhythm and keep track of where you're at. But a little trick that kind of helps me keep track of where I'm at better in this strum pattern is to count it in sets of 4 instead of trying to count all the way up to 16. So what I mean by that is going like this. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that, instead of trying to count all the way up to 16 instead. Kind of helps you keep your place just a little bit better. It does for me, so hopefully that little trick helps you guys as well. So guys, with all that in mind, one time all the way through our intro chord progression, or just chord, and strum pattern for that little intro chord as well will look about like this, full speed without me talking. And from there, guys, we're into what's being played for our verses. For our verses on Cruel Summer, we're gonna have 2 chord progressions and 1 strum pattern to go along with them. So first, let's take a look at our first chord progression. Our first chord progression is gonna go C add 9, D, G over B, and E minor 7. And we're gonna play that one 3 times. And then we're gonna go to C add 9, C add 9 again, and then D, and then D again. And we're gonna play that one just 1 time. Now for strum pattern, we're gonna be doing something very similar to what we were playing for our intro and outro part that we just went over, except we're gonna split it way down. So instead of playing 16 down ups, palm muted, we're gonna play down up 4 times palm muted for each chord. So for our C chord, for example, it'll look kind of like this. We're gonna go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then we're gonna switch chords. So a quick little walkthrough of what that strum pattern will actually look like with each of our verse chord progressions is about like this. We'll start with our first line there. We'll go down, up, 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 down, up. And we're gonna repeat that one again 3 times, and then we'll go to our next line there. The next line we'll go down, up, 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 down, up. We're gonna play that one just once, and that is gonna lead us into our chorus from there. So we just play that whole thing just once for each verse. So with all that in mind, guys, that's everything you need to know for the verses. One time all the way through those verses, full speed, without me talking, will look about like this. And from there, guys, we're into what's being played for our choruses. For our choruses, we're gonna have one chord progression and one strum pattern, and we are finally gonna be getting away from that palm muting, so if you're not super into the palm muting stuff, you'll like the choruses a lot. So first, let's take a look at our chord progression. Our chord progression for chorus is gonna be G, B minor, E minor 7, and C add 9. And I know that B minor is a little bit tricky for the beginners out there. Again, I'm gonna have a beginner way to play that in the pinned comment below for those of you who need it. For our strum pattern for each of those chords, we'll use our G chord as our example here. We're gonna play down, 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 up, down, 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 up for each chord. So a little walkthrough of what that'll actually look like with our whole chord progression is about like this. We'll start with our G. We'll go down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Just like that, and that is gonna repeat a couple of times for each of our choruses. So guys, a couple of times through that chord progression and that strum pattern is gonna play on repeat a couple of times for each of our choruses, full speed, without me talking, will look about like this. And from there, guys, the only other thing that you need to know to play Cruel Summer on guitar is the bridge. For the bridge, we're gonna do a little bit of a combination of a couple of things we've already used. First, we're gonna use our chord progression that we used for our chorus, which was again G, B minor, E minor 7, and C add 9. And what we're gonna do for our strum pattern for our bridge is we're gonna do, again, that same down, up, palm muted, but instead of doing it 4 times like we did in the verse or 16 times like we did in our intro, we're gonna do it 8 times for each chord. So what that'll kind of look like is about like this. We'll go down, up, 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 down, up for each chord. So again, one more time, a little walkthrough of what that'll actually look like whenever we put it to each chord is like this. We'll go down, up, 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 down, up. And we're just gonna repeat exactly that a couple of times for our bridge. Just like that. Like I said, it's just a chorus chord progression, and then we're just gonna use kind of that same down, up, palm muted strum pattern we've been using, but just 8 times for each chord. So pretty basic, pretty straightforward. Again, if you've gotten this far, you should have a pretty good grasp on all of those kind of concepts that are needed to do this chord progression and strum pattern. So with all that in mind, guys, a couple of times through our bridge chord progression with our bridge strum pattern will look about like this, full speed without me talking. And guys, that is everything you need to know to play Cruel Summer on guitar. As always, if you have any questions, you can hit me up in the comments down below. I'm usually pretty quick getting back to those. And again, if this video helped you out, hit that subscribe button. I have about 700 other guitar and ukulele lessons on this channel, and I usually try to post at least 3 to 5 new lessons every single week. So if you're learning guitar or ukulele, there cannot be a more perfect channel for you to check out. If you want to see what song I'm jamming on today or pictures of my dog, you can hit up my Instagram story at the Groovy Guitar Dude. Link for that will be in the description below. Guys, Cruel Summer is a great song. It's one of my favorites on Lover. I've been jamming on the whole album all weekend. I'm sorry that this took so long to get out. I was kind of just super busy this weekend, but I plan on getting a lot of songs from Lover out to you guys, so be sure to let me know what other songs from the new album that you guys want to learn. I have a few that I'm already thinking about doing. My next one is probably going to be Paper Rings, but let me know what other ones you guys want to see. Cruel Summer is a great song for beginner guitarists. All of the chords, except for that B minor, are very beginner friendly, and like I said, I will have a beginner way to play that B minor in the pinned comment below. The most challenging part of this song is getting that palm muted down up strum thing down. It's not super challenging, but if you've never done anything like that, if you've never worked with palm muting or doing kind of quick strumming like that, it's gonna be kind of a new technique to learn. I promise it's not as hard as it seems, but it's just a little bit funky of a technique to get down in the very beginning. But once you've got a groove on it, you've got it, and then you've got it for any other song that you wanna learn in the future. It's just a little bit of a funky technique, but not too challenging once you get it down. So guys, I'm so stoked for this new album. Like I said, this is one of my favorite songs on the new album. It's great, I love it. I'll talk more about this in other future videos, but I ended up liking this album a lot more than I expected to. I fell in love with a couple of the songs, and this is one of them. So I had a lot of fun learning this song. I hope you guys have a lot of fun learning it as well, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see y'all soon.